Hey YouTube, Disgruntled Minion here, and I want to talk about something that really pisses me off. There's a lot of debate today about social issues, one of which that really gets under my skin is the people who oppose marriage equality. Now, let me start off by saying I am straight. However, I have had several homosexual friends in my life of both sexes, and honestly, each and every one of them have been some of the most caring, loving, kind people that you would ever meet. A lot of times, much more so than the heterosexual friends that I have had. And I want to talk for just a minute here about some of the reasons that people oppose the same sex marriage, and it really irks me that they do this. All right, first off, you've got, of course, your biblical reasons, and this is predominantly held in the Bible Belt, where, people are still living like it's 1876. Now, I do happen to be an atheist myself, but I am also very tolerant of people's religious beliefs as long as those religious beliefs do not infringe upon the rights of someone else. Now, the main opposition from the religious people happens to come from the Christians. And I do know that in your Bible, it does say in the book of Leviticus that homosexuality is an abomination. However, you have to look at something else along those lines as well. In that same book of the Bible, it says that eating shellfish is a sin. Wearing polyester is a sin. So how are you really going to cherry pick that one verse and say, well, this is evil, but oh, this other stuff, that's the old times. We don't have to go by that anymore. No, it was all the old times. Those laws were written for a specific people in a specific time. So what I'm saying here is, if you're going to bash someone for being homosexual because it's against your religion, then at least make sure you're following all the tenets of your religion first. But then again, that is along the same lines of not wanting someone to eat a donut because it's against your diet. And then you have the people who are against gay marriage simply because they think it's icky. Ew, it's so nasty seeing those two guys kiss. But I don't really hear the same thing when two girls kiss. Most guys that I know are like, ooh, that is so hot. It's such a double standard. But at least in my opinion, they are being more honest than the people who are against it for religious reasons. And another argument I hear a lot of times is that gay marriage is wrong because it can't produce any children. Two women can't make a child, two men can't make a child. Well, guess what? There are heterosexual couples that get married every day that can't produce children. Either the man or the woman is infertile, oftentimes through no fault of their own. So should their marriage also not be legal? And now here's a really good one that I love to hear people say. Same-sex marriage will ruin the institution of marriage. Yeah, like marriage was a really great institution to begin with. Britney Spears getting married for 48 hours. Charlie Sheen. The Kardashians. Enough said right there. And then you have the argument that, well, if same-sex marriage is legal, then what stops polygamy from being next? And the really twisted minds go to bestiality as well. Look, just because two people love each other doesn't mean that they want to love each other plus someone else. Or something else for all you sick bastards out there. It means that they want to love each other. And there's nothing wrong with that. So basically, I guess what I'm trying to say here is same-sex marriage really doesn't affect people who don't want to marry the same sex. What's done behind closed doors is the business of the people behind those closed doors. As long as two consenting adults who genuinely love each other want to be together for the rest of their lives, who are we to stop them? And I hear a lot of talk as well about civil unions. That marriage is out of the question, but oh, I'm fine if they want to have a civil union. That's not equality. That's the same as having separate black and white drinking fountains.
Oh, I'm fine if that there colored boy wants to drink water, but he ain't gonna do it out of my fountain.
Also, civil unions don't give near as much rights as actual marriage does. And finally, one last thing I wanted to touch on in this video is the opinion that being gay is a choice. If being gay is actually a choice, then I dare any of you watching this choose right now to be gay. Go onto Google or go onto one of those other websites, look up some gay pornography, see if you get aroused. If you don't, guess what? You can't choose to be gay, and neither can they.